Here I am alone. Yeah, I had a episode 2 of Sunday Shave with Dave, but yeah, what can we say? What can we say? Major Rich, he's a hard get, is what they call it in the business. A hard get. So obviously, bigger, better commitments today will be rescheduled. I had a busy day yesterday. I reached out to somebody quick to see if they could fill Rich's shoes, and they said, "Are you kidding me? If people came expecting to see Major Rich, and I showed up, they would be instantly mad. I don't wanna walk into that kind of situation. So we'll just have to do some of these things in the future. I guess I will say there's a little something that's percolating, maybe in the works, maybe something new. So that's also a reason I don't want to schedule too many folks into the future, because things might change up a little bit. Today we are revisiting 2 things that were not the best the first time I used them. And I got no problem calling out folks when they don't do a good job, especially when I can normally support them. So Chiseled Face, I own several of their soaps. Most notably Ghost Town Barber, which if you have not tried it, it's just something I think everybody should at least try. Just the scent of it, that's like their flagship. I don't know if they would say it is, but I think a lot of us think of that as their flagship. So very original, very famous. This one is a new one, Loyal. It's supposed to remind, I guess the soap maker reminds them of their Pops, Leatherwood, that kind of stuff. I don't know. It wasn't a big hit with me. What's interesting is when you can get it a little bit on the tub, but more when you lather it up. Tallow and steel tends to have a very funky, earthy, dark, warm underscent, and this has some of that, which is really weird coming from Chiseled Face. But that's not the reason it wasn't but the first time I used it, it disappeared. It was like it was so thin it didn't stick to my face. It was dropping off. And I'm just, I'm not new to this game. And I know I make my leather, what I hear, a little bit thinner than some other folks. But not like that. Not like that. That was very disappointing and surprising, like I said, because normally Chiseled Face is just fine. So we're using that again. So let's see. I whipped it up. I was a little bit more careful this time. What's interesting is when I was loading it, instead of getting that paste, like you've loaded your brush and it's full of pasty soap for you to hydrate and lather up, it immediately became kind of a dry foam kind of stuff, kind of weird. So this is much better. This is working out. So I just think it maybe took a little more time. We'll see how it goes with the shave. It's okay. It's an okay lather. And I'm not a big, as long as it protects slickness. That's the most important thing. So we'll see. Maybe one-off mistake on my part. I know that's highly unlikely, but anyway, here's the results. The other one, Hammer. Again, why couldn't they have afforded to added the Hammer? Makes a lot more sense than Hammer. When you're talking about a product, there's normally a preposition in the front or something? No, my prepositions are, I don't know, what's the, whatever it is. I'll try to say Hammer. First time I used this, I did say it was super. When I was paying attention to the shave, it was just knocking down the whiskers like nothing. Like it didn't slow up. I didn't feel any chatter when it hit tougher areas. Reason being, a little bit aggressive. Lit up the neck on the Allen Block test. I've used it once since then. Now, Talked about this just briefly in the interview with Barber Dave about how, at least I don't know if he said that he wouldn't either, but I would not enjoy going back to the razors that I used when I first started, mainly because the ones that are machined better and engineered better have better geometry and just produce better results for me. And I know if you get into vintage razors and stuff, the story is different, because I know if you get into vintage Gillettes and stuff like that, they're awesome shavers. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about modern, inexpensive DE razors. Not the best for getting the best results, which is a bummer when you're first starting. But one aspect of that, especially if you have one that's not too aggressive for you, and maybe it's just muscle memory or whatever, but I do not think about, see, look at, can you, look, it's disappearing. This, you could see, on the first pass I was nice and milky white, where I put the lather. You can see right through. What the heck, Chisel Face? What did you do? This says it's silk and tallow. I don't know if it's meant to be a different consistency because of the silk or what, but but it seems to work fine. Even though it was dripping off my face the last time, the shave was fine. It's not like it was completely dry on the skin. So I don't, whatever, moving on. What I was saying is I do not normally think about blade angle. Now this could be true for any razor that you're using, I guess, maybe not just this one that's super aggressive. It means you just can't, you have to make sure you keep it very shallow so it doesn't get aggressive, whereas a more mild razor, you could, what do you call this? I guess I would think a shallow angle, that would be flattening out your angle. So what would this be? What would that be? More obtuse of an angle? I don't know, a greater angle. Closer to 90 degrees, whatever. If it wasn't a more aggressive razor, that would probably be okay. Yeah, I don't know. The second shave I did with this, I was very careful, like I am now, about kind of riding the cap, as they say. A nice B-side song from Christopher Cross. Ride Like the Wind is the more popular front side. Riding the Cap, very little known B-side to that. But I am feeling it. I didn't use this yesterday, so it's not like the irritation is building up. It might just be too aggressive for my pretty little face, my very delicate, fragile moneymaker. You know, which again, like I said, is only $44, so no harm, no foul. This soap is cheesing me off, though. With as many soap makers as there are out there, and it seems like people can jump into the soap making game and start out with pretty well produced soaps. There's no reason for an established soap maker to produce stuff that's just disappearing like that. I don't know. Maybe it's this new base. I don't know what to do. I was very careful too about adding water. But I mean, you got to get it past got kind of like a thick yogurty consistency, but you can't. I think Sammy likes to shave with yogurty consistency. for the soap, not himself. But no. So let's just hope that they didn't screw up Ghost Town Barber, because that's one I would buy. You gotta keep that. You gotta keep that in the den for the special times. You need to feel like a cowboy. We got a new member. I forget what he goes by. Something nurse, something RN. He's posted shave videos too. And he mentioned he likes a little bit more aggressive razor. So I don't know. I don't think. As I mentioned, this razor comes with the open comb, which is a great value for $44. But I don't. Since those tend to be even more aggressive, I don't think I'll be trying that. So I'll see. Maybe I'll start doing a pass around. I hate to just, give it a quick shot and be done with it. But when 2 out of 3 shaves are just, and today I was more careful and knew what to watch for, and so which is a bummer. I need it. I want to use this razor. I like the length. I like the weight, all that stuff, but it's not worth lighting up your face for, which is a bummer. Maybe I can use this handle. Oh. Interesting. And realizing that the other day, yesterday, I don't have a lot of time to talk about it. We'll be quick. Went to a watch show in San Francisco, but I did notice in conversations online, different folks. There's folks like me that don't really think about it and kind of think you buy a watch and that's the way that it is. Sometimes they come with 2 straps for you to choose between. But I want to keep everything all together, and I don't have a good memory. The point I'm getting to is some people wear watches with the straps that they come with, and some people, as soon as they get a watch, that's the first thing they do is they've got a collection of straps and things that they love, and they swap them out. I've never done that. Because I don't know, it's weird. It's just a strap, right? It feels too experimental, or that's not what it came with. That's not how it's supposed to be. But then, so at the watch show, same thing. I mentioned that, looking at somebody's watch they're trying to sell, and mentioned something about, I like this, but this band is a little bit, not my favorite. Something, you just swap it out. Just order whatever band. I'm like, I guess you could do that. Same thing with razors. People do that. They, buy just heads or just handles and switchy and swappy, and I never do that. But maybe I could send the head off. Maybe somebody has a razor, same thing, has a handle they like, but wants a little bit more aggressive head, and it just feels wrong. Whoop-ah! That feels right. This moment will pop, brought to you by Hombre's Barbershop, the sweetest smelling barbershop in Tucson. It's weird. It's just up here. That's right. My ethics, the feeling of right and wrong, mixing razor heads and handles, that just doesn't feel right. What are we gonna? Oh, I pulled this out. It's in my picture. I better use it. Let's see. I can't read it though. Hold on. We're using a Goodfellow and Company number 6, which is cedarwood geranium EDC. That's what we're using today. Woo! Baby. Alrighty. There we go. Cross your fingers. Let's see if we can redo this dude with Major Rich sometime in the future. See you on the forums.